Yo, welcome back to the channel. This BMW i7 is the best car I have ever driven, and I think is actually, in my opinion, the best car for chauffeuring private hire. It's a typical British summer, which means it's pissing down with rain. So I'm going to show you outside of the car very briefly, then I'm going to jump back inside. Okay, cool. Let's start with the exterior looks of the car. It feels slightly wider than the S-Class and slightly longer than the S-Class, but when I was doing the fact checking for this video, I actually realized it's actually smaller in width and in length in comparison to the S-Class. The looks of the car, after having it for a month now, they've definitely grown on me. I wasn't the biggest fan of it initially, but I think it's actually a decent looking car. I think compared to the I think the S-Class is a prettier car, right? But this draws a lot of attention. Like, I've had more random conversations with strangers asking what it is. For the people that do know what it is, they want to have a look inside of the car, the interior, because they've heard great things about the screen, which we'll get to later on in the video. But this thing definitely forces people to have an opinion on it, and it does have striking looks. I would say one thing that probably, you know, makes it stand out more in comparison to the S-Class is that at the moment they're still quite rare. You don't see too many of the i7s rolling about, whereas with the S-Class, because it's like the default vehicle for chauffeuring and private hire, you see them everywhere. So when people do see the i7 out in the wild, they are, you know, if they see you outside, that cleaning it and, you know, wiping it down and stuff as you do as a chauffeur, they stop and ask you about it and be like, oh, you know. I've also had a lot of compliments about it, so it can't be that ugly. I mean, it's in black it looks cool. I've seen it in silver and in that champagne goldy kind of color. Not really a fan. Right, the driver cockpit is actually a really nice place to be. My thing with BMWs, right, is that in the past, BMW interiors have always been a little bit boring, a little bit safe, a little bit subtle, too subtle, like not exciting, not enough. Even in the 7 Series, it wasn't. They've never felt as luxurious as the S-Classes. Like, they've always been built really well, but they've never, for me personally, felt, you know, that exciting, even in the top of the line 7 Series. But in this one, they've really stepped it up with the interior on this one. That's been the only thing missing for me when it comes to BMW. The interiors haven't been that exciting in comparison to some of the other cars in this range, but this is a nice place to be, man. And they've carried through the amazing build quality. Most of the places you touch, it's really nice materials on the speaker, on the sides. It's real metal. In regards to this crystal look, it looks nice now. I'm not sure how nice and how aesthetically pleasing it's gonna be in maybe 5 or 6 years. It might not age too well, but at the moment it looks really nice, really bling bling, you know. The car the car that I was given came with white interior, which I know in the previous video I said it's not too hard to keep clean, but I'm gonna show you the driver's seat, and it's only been a month and I wear black suits and navy suits all the time, and yeah, the seats haven't handled my suits pretty well, you know. They're yeah. I'm gonna bring out another video on how I maintain the white seats, but yeah, at the moment my white seats have taken a pounding, especially the driver seats. The other seats are not too bad. Yeah, I just have 3 things. Ooh, get that focus going. I just gotta have 3 things that could be better in the back here, which is, I wish this was deeper.
Hey yo,
the cup holder was deeper, because when I'm driving sometimes this flies about. And I wish this would accommodate your phone charging in a portrait position. At the moment you have to like lie your phone landscape, and that's a bit annoying for the people that want to scroll whilst the phone is still charging. It would have been better if this could accommodate your phone being in a portrait position. But that aside, back here is just gorgeous. Obviously he's got ambient lighting like the S-Class does, but it's not like a disco like it is in the S-Class, you know what I mean? Like it's subtly done, and the screen just works perfectly. Like it's so good. The back chair also turns into a full recline, which is super nice. Really comfortable. I would go as far as saying the back seats are even more comfortable than the ones in the S-Class. And yeah, I've only had the car for a month now, but so far it's sick. Like sick car, like best car ever. Yeah. I'm a Mercedes fanboy, I'm a Mercedes guy, but honestly I feel like if BMW have nailed it with this car. So I think they've taken the lead when it comes to luxury vehicles, and I think this is like the best car for chauffeuring. I've only had it for a month, so after living with it for a little bit longer things might change, but so far I absolutely love this car. But anyways, like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, if you found it insightful. And click here for a video about my previous car, the S-Class, and click here if you want to find out how I'm able to drive this vehicle and how much money I make chauffeuring and stuff.